Alright, so we've beat Elden Ring with Scarlet Rot, Frostbite, and Frenzied Flame. But can we do it with sleep? Let's find out. But before we do that, have you ever been stuck on a difficult boss and didn't want to grind hours for runes? Well, thanks to today's sponsors, Miracle Mods, you don't have to. They offer a rune service allowing you to purchase anywhere from 50 to 400 million runes. You can also purchase any weapon, armor, or item in the game on any platform. They don't only do Elden Ring, as you can purchase items for other games such as Fortnite, GTA 5, and many more. Be sure to check them out in the link in my description. Now onto the run. So first off, we choose the Prisoner class, as it has every stat requirement for the weapon we're going to be using throughout the whole run. We die to the Grafted Scion, head into the open world, go over to Melina for Torrent, and then we ride over to Caelid. We make our way over to the Forsaken Ruins, as this is where the sword we're going to be using for the whole run, the Sword of Saint Trina. This is the only sword that applies sleep. Now, I know there's a torch that also does that, but you can't really attack with the torch effectively, so this is the weapon we're going to be sticking with. While we're in Caelid, we're going to head over to the Knight's Cavalry, kill him, and get our free runes. Then we're going to head up to Iji and purchase some Somber Smithing Stones to level up our weapon. Now that our weapon is leveled up, we're going to head over to Margit. This weapon is very good in the fact that it is a straight sword, so it allows you to attack very quickly, which I'm not used to. Some of my other challenge runs, we went with some bigger weapons. This is a nice change of pace, and the Ash of War actually gives you extra sleep buildup on your sword. Unfortunately, Margit cannot be put to sleep, so we're not going to be relying on that. It's just going to be a straight up melee fight. These status effect runs have been really fun to do. I think next we're going to be doing Poison. I think that'll be a lot of fun, but I mentioned this at the end of the last video, but because it was at the end, not everyone would have saw it. If you guys do have any ideas for what I should do for Bleed, let me know, because I feel like that's just going to be like a super easy run. So any other challenges to add on to that, I will gladly take. I'm trying to be the Thanos of all the status effects and make a run on every single one, including Deathlight. I think I'll try to like find a mod or something to make that work. Don't know yet, but we'll figure our way out. And we have killed Margit. Now that we've killed Margit, we're gonna head straight over to Godric. Now Godric can be put to sleep, but I've actually never used sleep. Wasn't really exactly sure how it did work. I've only ever seen it been used on the Godskin Duo, where they properly just sit down and sleep their way out of it. But some of these regular bosses, they just sort of like sit down for a sec, allowing you to get 3 hits in, maybe heal up if you need to. So it is still super useful because it's like a second stagger in a way, but it's not as overpowered as I assumed at the beginning. As you can see here, we get Godric's sleep, and that'll happen quite a bit through this run, where I would accidentally hit them right after I gave him the sleep effect, because I was like going for a combo. And if you do that, it cancels out the sleep animation, and they just get back right back up and start attacking you. But yeah, it's a lot of fun putting everyone to sleep. I can say that for sure. And now he's in phase 2 here, and because he is doing the attack that he has to do when he phase shifts, he's actually not going to fall asleep, so I'm just going to run in and get some free hits while he's doing it. No point in waiting for it to end. And this video, I'm not scripting it, as most of my other videos I would write out a script, but I realized with my last one it was too short in my opinion. I was not writing enough down. So this video I'm taking a different approach, and I'm just commentating over the actual gameplay. So let me know if you like this more or less. This is just sort of like freestyled in a sense comparatively to the scripted side of things. And if you don't notice a difference, then great, that means I'm doing good. And yeah, we missed our sleep opportunity here on Godric. We just beat up on him until he is dead. As we get this nice poise break, we stab into him, dealing a lot of damage and killing Godric. After defeating Godric, I decided I wanted to expand on my arsenal so I could deal more sleep. We go pick up the crafting kit from Calais, and then we make our way over to these graveyards over here. I'll put it on the map on screen, and pick up the Fever's cookbook, which gives you access to the crafting of sleep pots. Then we go pick up the Wondrous Physic. Then we're going to progress Millicent's questline, as we want to get her prosthesis, because this weapon primarily scales off of dexterity. So we talk to Millicent, then we go talk to Gowry, and then we take on Commander O'Neill. Now what we do here is we walk him like a dog. We just take him out here, these rock geysers, and just walk him around on these 3, and he'll slowly follow after you. And when it shoots up, as you can see, it's doing big damage. Like that did nearly 1,000 damage, and I don't have to do anything here. Like I know there's a way to like get into a tree and cheese him. I didn't really learn all that, so we just walk him around in this like big triangle over and over again until he eventually does die, giving us the needle. We go give it to Millicent, and she gives us the prosthesis wearer's heirloom, which also increases dex by 5, so we're going to be equipping that talisman. This isn't the only talisman we want from her, so we're going to be continuing this quest on later when we get access to the Atlas Plateau, but for now we're going to go on to Renala. We go pick up the Academy key and head into the Academy. But before we fight Renala, we have to take on the Red Wolf of Radagon. We head into this fight, we immediately use our Mists of Slumber to give us that extra sleep buildup. He does a lot of damage, but luckily he is pretty frail. We just smack up on him, go for some jump hits. We've actually put him to sleep right here. I take advantage just to get off another jump hit because I would like to go for a poise break when we can. Back up because whenever he does hit us, it shreds us. We are not bulky with this armor set, and I punish myself by not picking up some good armor throughout this run. We're not going to have that experience of being bulky. We put him to sleep and get a poise break at the same time here. We get the repost off, killing the Red Wolf of Radagon, and now it's time for Renala. And Renala is actually one of these bosses that we cannot put to sleep. So we just pop her bubble here and we just start beating up on her as we can't put her to sleep. So we just go for that raw damage. But I didn't know that at the time, so I do try to buff it and try to put her to sleep. We end up getting a 2 cycle here to kill the phase 1 Renala. Then it's on to phase 2. Phase 2 is pretty standard. To get behind her, I start hitting her with some backstabs. I just lay into her, just play super aggressive, just keep trying to run at her. I feel like that's our best bet here. We don't really want to be playing around her bullet hell as she's just going to be throwing everything at us, and she's really easy to stagger. So we're just going to keep running at her and getting in these little combos that we can. And whenever we get the chance, we get behind her. We actually get her into a poise break here. We get a repost off, doing a good chunk of damage, a big 1k. We get a jump hit off here, and then she summons this big old giant, which I'm not a fan of as he almost one-shots me there. Holy. And then make my way over to Renala, get another jump hit off, and just get her in a little combo. She throws her wand like a frisbee before summoning the dragon, and I try to kill her before the dragon flames me, and he somehow missed, which, you know, I'll take it, and we finish off Renala. Now that we've killed Renala, we're actually going to head over to the round table and purchase all of her armor, because we're doing the sleep run. We want to get into our comfy PJs. This is the set that I'm going to be using for now, as I will find some comfier PJs in the future, but I think these are pretty comfy coats, if I do say so myself. This run, we don't Dexus have. We actually head up to the Magma Worm and take that alternate route up to the Altus Plateau, because I just wanted to switch it up, because recently every run I've done, I've just been grabbing the Dexus parts, and I was kind of bored of just going up the lift, so I decided to switch it up and climb up the side route. And actually, sleep became pretty useful here, as the bats, after I hit them once, they would actually fall asleep, allowing me to kill them super easily, which made them really easy to deal with. Usually they're an enemy that's quite annoying to deal with, so that's one of the big benefits to using sleep in this run, was I didn't have to deal with these fuckers at all. Alright, on to the Magma Worm Makar. So we get into the fight, we immediately use our Ash of War, Mist of Slumber, dealing a good amount of damage as he's sort of stunned here. I get a jump hit on him that puts him to sleep, and sometimes they continue with their animations before they fall asleep. I wasn't having that, I wasn't waiting for it, so I just started slicing into him, dealing quite a bit of damage as he wasn't really reacting to me, and apparently he seems to be quite weak to sleep because I just put him to sleep again, get him into a poise break, get the repost here, and deal a fat amount of damage, 500, that's some juicy damage, and he has some really fat iframes, so I try to time it right to get the sleep off, but I didn't. I get smacked up here, which is unfortunate. We get some more hits in on his head, which we're going to be targeting it as it is his weak point. This is where he stands up and tries to be a big strong magma worm. We get another poise break, but he's spread lava everywhere. I don't know if I can actually get to him here. Oh, it didn't. Oh, there we go. We got it. We got it off. Get the nice repost here, dealing 800 damage. He falls to the floor like a little baby, and while he spits lava, I'm just going to run to his tail and smack it up here, as that's that easy free damage. And yeah, we just keep beating up on his tail until he eventually dies. And boom, we have killed the Magma Worm Makar. We then continue Millicent's quest line. We head into the Shaded Castle and pick up the prosthesis for her. Then we head over to the Crazy Windmill Village and we take on the Godskin Apostle. Now I had a lot of fun whenever I would fight the Apostle or the Noble, as they are super weak to sleep, and I just love bullying them. As you can see here, I put him to sleep and I just wait, and these guys actually just fall right over. It stops the whole boss fight because they just actually just fall asleep, and I can just keep comboing it here as he just takes forever to get up, and I can actually get a poise break there, and I just keep smacking away at him. He falls asleep again, de-aggroes the fight, and I just keep smacking away at him, and it's just bullying this poor Apostle. And then I poise break him into another sleep, get the repost off, deal a fat 1100 damage, use Mist of Slumber here, smack him up some more, and we're just trying to get another sleep proc, as because we are so frail, he actually did a one-shot us a couple times, and the other times whenever he goes for the tornado, if I don't get out of the radius, I just die. So I'm always very cautious about that. But yeah, he falls asleep here, and we end up just finishing him off after teabagging him, just stabbing him with a repost and killing him. RIP the Apostle. Now that the Apostle is dead, Millicent will actually teleport over here, and we're gonna kill her, because we could play with her whole quest line till the very end to get an even better talisman, but I just don't feel like it's worth it to go through all of that, so I can just kill her here and pick up the talisman from her dead body. And the wiki says that this is where she needs to be progressed to before she drops this talisman. If you kill her any earlier, apparently she won't drop it, so yeah, there's that. But she was actually kind of difficult because she does have Melania's waterfowl. Of course, it's not as effective because she doesn't go quite nearly as far, but it is just as deadly. If you were caught in the range, it will kill you, or at least it would kill me. So we kill her, and then we pick up Millicent's prosthesis, which also boosts dexterity and raises attack power from successive attacks, which we're doing a lot of because we have a light sword. And with the prosthesis and the heirloom, we are plus 10 dexterity just off our talismans alone, which is pretty strong. Now that we have that, we were going to actually go pick up some of the smithing stones from the Volcano Manor. Now fighting the noble was just like the apostle, was a lot of fun to do because they've caused me so much pain in the past, so it was nice to just beat up on him here. We start the fight off by using Mists of Slumber, buffing our weapon, then just going in here and attacking him. And we put him to sleep really quickly, as you can see, and then I get 3 hits off the back, and then we go for a riposte. And usually this traps him into a sleep loop. As you can see, he now falls back asleep. I do the same thing, hit him 3 times, and then go for the riposte. Gets back up, and this time he was not sleepy, which is unfortunate. I think maybe my buff ran out, couldn't exactly see clearly there, but then we instantly put him back asleep. We just beat up on his side and go for another riposte here, doing that big damage. And it is so much fun to just bully these guys and beat up on them. I did put him to give him sleep there, but he was in the middle of his phase shift, so he just doesn't care. This is where he gets pretty dangerous, as most of these attacks almost one-shot me, as you can see by my HP right now. Holy, that did damage. He goes into roly-poly mode, and I'm trying to find a safe way to pot here so I can heal up and go back in. I go for the Mist of Slumber and put him to sleep mid-roll. How badass was that? All right, we smack up his sides here, and then we go for a final riposte. Oh, never mind. We smack up his sides here, and he starts getting up too quickly, so we just keep beating on his front. He is now really low, but he is still threatening, because any wrong move will just kill us here, so we have to be very careful how we play this. Now we go for another Mist of Slumber. He goes for his big old belly flop. We dodge, roll into him, and finish him off with a combo right there, killing the Godskin Noble. Now that the Noble was dead, we could go pick up that last smithing stone that we needed. We'd previously picked up the 8 and the 9 in Kaled, so we just head over and upgrade our weapon up to +9. So we're gonna head over to Redmane Castle, start the festival, and go fight Radon. Radon we can put to sleep, so we're going to try to do that as much as possible. Actually get in close here, hit him with the Mist of Slumber, and start smacking up on him. He goes for his wild frenzy attack where he just sort of flails around, and I actually like when he jumps at me because it's really easy to dodge that attack and get real close to start smacking up on him. We do just that, and we put him to sleep, and he sort of just nods off. This gives us an opportunity to heal and get some more hits in, as Radon doesn't really have a full, he doesn't fall over when he sleeps. He just sort of nods his head down, which is okay, you know, it works all the same. We've rebuffed behind him. He jumps at us. We take this opportunity to roll behind him and smack the back of him, and we have him pretty low here as he heads over into phase 2. He lands in, and we just start going right in. We don't have time to waste. We just go right behind him and start smacking away. We dodge his ground pound. He summons his meteors, giving us a lot of free damage. We roll through his gravity pull attack, I guess it's called. He again smacks down, and we just keep hitting him from behind, hitting that from the back. We then hit a poise break. We make our way over to the front of Radon, teleport, and finish him off with a nice riposte. We're gonna go fight the Margit clone, and we're gonna go get this talisman from him, the Viridian Amber Medallion +1. It was pretty easy to take on, as you know, it's just the Margit moveset, and we get our talisman. All right, now it's time to fight the Draconic Tree Sentinel. So we make our way over to him and hit Mists of Slumber. We stab him with it, doing a good chunk of damage, and we're just trying to put him to sleep, as sleep in this fight acts just like a poise break, where he just sort of kneels down, allowing us to get some free hits on him. And because we do have the prosthesis charm on, we do get that buff when we're attacking, so that's what we're going to be trying to do here. Anytime we do put him to sleep, we just keep smacking him. We get a poise break here as he was trying to phase shift, so we can get a lot of damage in, and then he smacks down on us, doing a lot of damage. Like our comfy clothes, sure, they're comfy, but dang, we take a lot of damage. We go for another Mist of Slumber, put him to sleep here when he's mid lightning attack. We just keep smacking up on him and try to get behind him, because that's the best opportunity for us to hit on him. We stay on the shield side because it's a lot more manageable, because if he goes for the lightning attack and hits us with his hammer, we just sort of die. And we finish off the Draconic Tree Sentinel. Now we head into the capital and make our way up to Goldfree. Funnily enough, sleep is the only status effect that we can actually give him. He's immune to poison, rot, bleed, frostbite, and madness, but we can put him to sleep, which is actually crazy. I would assume that he would have been immune to all of them, but apparently not. But yeah, this fight's pretty straightforward. We're just trying to put him to sleep and just deal as much damage as possible. He is super aggressive still, so it doesn't change much, where we just have to constantly be attacking him, and we get a poise break and a sleep at the same time, which is kind of unfortunate when that does happen, because I'd like to combo the two, like when I put him to sleep, then I poise break him, and then I can put him back to sleep, but unfortunately we get it at the same time, which doesn't really help us, and we just end up rolling at him and killing Goldfree, giving us another talisman pouch. Now that Goldfree was dead, we're actually going to do a little bit of backtracking here and pick up our new comfy pajamas. We're going to go pick up the Albrich set, which gives me a pointy hat. It feels like it's the male version of the Renala set. So we're gonna go equip that, get our comfy clothes on, and head down into the sewers. Because now that we have that new talisman pouch, let's go pick up my good old reliable Urch's favorite +1 in the Moog fight. And then we're gonna head over to Liurnia and pick up the dexterity not crystal tier, giving me +10 dexterity in my Wondrous Physic every time I drink it. I think it lasts for 3 minutes every time we drink our Wondrous Physic, which is pretty strong. So now we have a total of +20 dexterity just from talismans and our Wondrous Physic. Now with all that, it's time to take on Morgott. He goes for a big slam down. We just get in there, just start smacking away at him. We try to abuse sleep as much as possible because he can also fall asleep. We get up behind him and just try to abuse his slower attacks, but he is so aggressive. We throw a sleep pot at him here, dealing a good amount of sleep. He actually jumps back into it and falls asleep, giving us some free hits, which I will always take. He throws a spear while we're right in front of him, kind of a throw on his part, but we'll take that free damage. As we can see there, we did 2,500 consecutive damage. We actually get a jump hit off here, sending him to phase 2, and we're just going to beat up on him as much as possible. He phase shifts, dealing some damage to me. We throw another sleep pot at him just to get that sleep build up in as he just sits in the cloud, which I'll gladly take. But now he's a lot more aggressive, so it's going to be a lot harder. He goes for swords here, just allowing us to get some more free hits. He slams it down on me, dealing quite a bit of damage. So I just try to back up, try to find a safe place to heal, but he is relentless. We go for a jump hit here. Now he's going to go his flurries. We get behind him and just lay in on him. We put him to sleep, but we have to wait for his attack to finish because he won't fall asleep. Trying to keep close, but he makes it pretty hard. Falls over. We get some hits in. The hit splashes up, but thankfully he goes for swords, or else he would have just killed us there with that lucky splash attack, and we kill Morgott. That was pretty close, as if he went for any other move there besides swords, we would have died. Now that Morgott was dead, we're actually going to backtrack to get Godric's Great Rune, as it is the best for us right now. So we're going to go pick that up, then we make our way up to the mountaintop of the giants. We just head straight for Fire Giant, no playing around up here. It was just time to get him over with. Surprisingly, we can actually put him to sleep too. I was expecting him to be one of the bosses that was immune to sleep, as, you know, he's a freaking giant, and I guess giants have to sleep too. So we just get right close to him, use Mist of Slumber, and just start smacking away at his ankle guard like usual. And this fight, you know, plays out like normal for the most part. He's very big, he likes to move around a lot, leading it to be like a 10-minute fight. Terrible. We get to his ankle, we end up breaking his ankle guard here, and we just keep laying into him. Just play super aggressive, smack away at his ankle at any opportunity we get. And we actually put him to sleep here because I didn't hear the noise of breaking his poise, so I think he's sleeping. I try to look up to see, and he looks like he's sort of touching his face there. I'm gonna say he was asleep, which allows me to get a lot of damage in, because usually for some bosses it's like a 3 to 5 second window. For him it was like a freaking 10-second window. He stayed asleep. That allows us to get another poise break in, getting him to half and getting him to phase 2. That was pretty strong, I'm not gonna lie. Like sleep, ooh, Jeff's kiss, beautiful. We stick by his hands and start beating up on him, doing as much damage as possible, and we just sort of chase him around, smack at his thighs whenever we get the chance to, and face whenever he allows us to. But he gets pretty scary with his fire, as it can one-shot us at any given moment due to our armor and lack of fire talismans. We get him to one-shot, he starts rolling away, he slams his fist down, and we finish off the Fire Giant. And I'm not gonna lie, after I killed the Fire Giant, I stopped recording, I went to go get some food, and then went back and fought the Godskin duo, and forgot to click record again. So I recreated the fight. I loaded up the same save that I used for the Death's Poker part 2 run in the last video, which is my Ascended mod account, which is basically max stats. And I recreated the fight with St. Trina's because it was the easiest to do on this account. As I already had the sword, I just had to go upgrade it and then go make my way over to the Godskin duo, which I just used the Death's Poker to run through all the bosses. And now it's time to fight the Godskin duo. So this fight would go how you expect it to. We target the big boy, put him to sleep, then we go fight the Apostle, and our goal here is to try to get them both asleep, but keep one into like a sleep loop, while the other one's just like perma sleep, because they will stay asleep for a long time. We get the sleep effect on the Apostle here. I wait for him to crouch down, and then I start just beating into him, and we try to get this nice combo off. As we get like 6-7 hits, he gets the sleep effect. I don't really care because we can just kill him. He does get the phase shift off, and then boom, he is dead. Now that he is dead, I can just target him, and I can just take these guys on one-on-one instead of them just spamming me, making it super strong. Like this fight, oh, it's so nice. And he just falls back asleep here. He phase shifts, and now here I'm just sort of waiting for him to summon his friend, because if he does that, it makes it a lot easier for us, because then we can kill him and then his friend will be alive, instead of if we kill him before he summons, then there's the chance that he spawns back in as well, making it a little bit more difficult for us. So we just try to play the easy route, and then you see like he's summoning here, so we just go back in. I thought I would have been able to kill him quicker, but unfortunately not. But the other one didn't seem to be super aggressive, so that was nice. Kill big boy here. Now it's just time for Skinny boy, and I just want to get him low at the same time trying to wait for him to go for a summon as well. It'll be nice when he tries to summon in. We put him to sleep here, and I get to the side of him, wait for him to fully fall down before we just start laying into him. And we're doing so much damage before he can even get up. He can't even process what's going on. We get the poise break here, and we just kill him. And that's basically how the fight went on the actual run. All right, now it's time for Malacath. So it was also pretty difficult. I could put them to sleep technically, but I could never build up enough sleep to get either of them to sleep. I think they have a really high like sleep resist. I think it's like 2,000, where most enemies take like 1,000 build up. So it made it a little bit difficult. Like at the beginning, I was trying like throwing a bunch of pots and stuff like that, but I just couldn't get them to sleep. I ran out of resources to pots and just didn't feel like grinding them out anymore. So unfortunately, I only really used pots for like Morgott, and that was it. But yeah, for the beast clergyman here, we just sort of run at him. I just sort of learned his patterns. This is just sort of like a standard fight. Just going at him, not really trying to prioritize sleep as it just costed me before. And I will admit, not the greatest of this fight either. We end up getting a poise break here, which is pretty nice. We get the repost off, and then we just go in here and get him to phase shift really quickly. That was pretty clean first phase if I just did it myself. We then run into Malacath immediately, trying to get damage off as much as possible, because this is the attack we're going to be punishing most. Malacath, never easy for me at least. Still haven't figured him out. He's just so fast and just hits so hard, especially with the destined death flame or whatever it is. If he hits you with that, it hurts. And this attack right here, the freaking multi-attack, still haven't figured out how to properly dodge that. Like every time I do the runs, I'll like figure it out temporarily and then I'll forget, which is unfortunate. But a nice clean dodge here. And he's kind of low, so I'm just trying to push him as much as possible. There was a couple of attempts where I got really desperate and I would actually die because I just tried to kill him. Like he'd be one shot and I'd be like, oh, I just need one more hit. And then I'd end up throwing the whole run, which I tried not to do here. Ow, Malacath hit me with that. Freaking crack. Yeah, we would mainly be punishing this big slam down here as it was just really easy to punish, and he went for it quite a bit. Try to get 3 hits off if necessary. Oh. Okay, we end up potting there. Almost died. Goes to the big slam. We end up getting 3 hits off. Really nice. 4 hits. God damn. Oh, we dodge backwards and forward. We don't end up getting a hit off though. Unfortunately, he goes for his big slam down. We dodge. He doesn't do the multi-attack afterward. He goes for the slam down. I get the poke off. Oh, and we kill Malacath. Nice. That was actually pretty clean. We're absolutely out of pots though. After Malacath, we go retrieve the Earth Tree's favor +2. Then we make our way up to Gideon. Gideon actually hit really hard, and sleep was not very easy to abuse on him, so he was actually pretty challenging. He ended up killing me a couple more times than I'd like to admit, and then when I did finally kill him, I was kind of embarrassed because like it was actually so easy. I just was thinking too much into it, so I kept getting myself killed. All I have to do is just run at him and just stay on him constantly, because if you hit him at all, it cancels whatever he tries to do. And it was nice that we could put him to sleep, and we would end up trying to like combo sleep as much as possible, because Mist of Slumber, most of the time if I got it off, he would just instantly snooze. Yeah, I just have to stay on him and just keep swinging every so often. That'll cancel him out of most, if not all, of his attacks, and I just keep doing this until he dies. It's actually kind of sad how easy he is once you like learn that that's all you have to do. But yeah, we have killed Gideon. Now it is on to Godfrey. So we enter the arena here, and Godfrey always super aggressive, especially when he gets enraged. So we just sort of run at him and try to put him to sleep, because both of these bosses can go to sleep, which is nice. I really thought there would be more of a limitation on who could sleep, but basically anyone can sleep, except I don't think the Elden beast can, and then it was just like Margit and Renala. But for the most part, every boss in the game is easily abused by sleep, which is pretty nice, because it acts like, like I said before, a second stagger, so it's really fun to actually use and abuse. And I've been suggested actually to try to like do hitless and stuff. I am not good enough for any of that. I'm just like your average guy, so I can't do a hitless. And we get a nice poise here, and I put him to sleep right after, but I don't take the chance to abuse it, so we just keep swinging into him. He goes for the big slam. We just keep going. But yeah, I do these challenge runs because they're a lot of fun, and it makes the game harder and spices it up for me. But I don't think I would ever be good enough for a hit list or something like that. I just like playing Elden. Horalu, now this boss fight, still after all this time, still my only good openings are when he's like going to grab at me. That's the only time I can efficiently get some hits off, so we do just that. And I think Horalu also has a pretty high sleep tolerance. Goes for the big grab, we end up getting some hits off. I missed that dodge, but we could still get those nice hits off. I think that's one of the most damage we do at one time to him. But yeah, we just keep waiting for him to try to grab at us, and then when he does, we just go for those double hits. I could try a hitless run. I just don't think it would go well at all, or like a deathless run at least. I don't think I could ever do hitless, maybe deathless. Like someone suggested to do a run where I don't level up HP. I think that could be fun, but then again, it's already been done before for the most part. But if you guys would like to see something like that, just let me know, and I could add it to the long list of ideas that you guys have fed me with. Thank you guys for all that, by the way. I do appreciate when you comment me ideas. It does help out a lot. Oh, and we have killed Torlu. Sorry, I got rambling there. Now it is time for the final boss in Radagon and the Elden Beast. This fight did take a long time. I usually struggle a lot, but I think it only took me 2 attempts. That's pretty good in my book. We start off by just running at him, and because he just stands there for a minute and looks at us, we'll just try to get these hits off. And for the most part, this is just like a normal fight. I just dodge whenever I can. Decently good at Radagon now at this point after struggling against him in some of the other runs, especially the Frenzied Flame. I had to like really learn his moveset because he just whooped my ass over and over and over again. Especially when he goes to these big slams, it's really nice so we can try to get some damage off, try to put him to sleep. We actually get a nice poise break here. We go for the repose, and we use the Mist of Slumber here. He doesn't get affected by it though because he was standing up, which was unfortunate. Get this, oh, we missed the dodge, got the second one. Get these backstabs in. His teleporting is so annoying, especially when he slams down this and then you get stuck in the area. The worst. Probably one of my favorite final bosses. Not the Elden Beast though, fuck the Elden Beast. You know, I like the Lord of Cinder, I like Radagon. Elden Beast, no. He's going for the big 3. Get hit by it, unfortunately. Slams it down again. Then we run over here and we actually get the dodge off. Nice. Look at us go. Actually get low on pot. Teleports away. He tries to grab us here. We just dodge into him. Get a little bit of hits off. It's nice. I think after this run, I think we're going to do Poison, and then I want to do an Onyx Lord run because I do like the Onyx Lords. So that would be just me only using the Onyx Lord, Great Sword, and then like whatever incantations or spells that the Onyx Lords use. I think they have like a meteor spell and then like a gravity pull. And boom, we kill Radagon. Elden Beast time, but I also want to do a run coming up where it would be like across all 3 games, or all 4 games, I guess. It'd be Dark Souls 1, 2, 3, and then Elden Ring. That'd be a lot of fun. But we just sneak up behind the Elden Beast here because he just does the same like Dragon Breath attack. We end up getting 2.3k damage off, which is pretty nice. We only have 2 pots though. This is gonna get dicey. Get some nice dodges here, and we just sort of slam right down his chest, try to get as much damage as possible because we swing super fast. He runs away like always. He goes for circle. I do the 180 and just run and run. And I think if I remember correctly, like I totally outrun the circle. Like I don't ever see it. Like this, there's no circle. Like, and then boom, he's right there. We didn't even see the circle. We didn't have to jump over it, which I've never seen before. So that was pretty neat. There's a big explosion here. We just sort of dodge it. You know how it is. Run at him. Go for some jump hits. We're trying to get that poise break because that'd be really good for us right now, especially because how little HP we have and how much hitting we're gonna have to do. This would be a good chunk of HP to get off. We can get that poise break. He goes for the big slam. We just take this opportunity to heal back here, and then we'll go up and start giving him some nice back shots. The spinny sword, which I'm also not the greatest at dodging because he like does that delayed hand drag, which I get caught on all the time. And we just start laying into him. Oof. We get the poise break. We got Elden Stars coming at us, and we just get that nice repost off, and we have those invincibility frames so we don't totally get railed by the Elden Stars. And he's going for circles, so we're just... Wait, no, he doesn't. He's just blowing up. We just run away for no reason then. We have a lot of distance to cover now because I thought it was circles, and then he uses this tracking stars. I don't really know what this attack is called, but the honing stars I'll call them, and they freaking suck. And he goes for the 4 pulses of doom. My bad. We just get nice and close and start hitting him. We are all into pots at this point, but we are doing a good chunk of damage every time we hit him, so hopefully we can just kill him here. He runs away though, like always. We finally catch up to him, get some more hits in, and he runs away. Of course. We are actually very low. I didn't realize we were this low. He has a decent amount of HP left. We just keep running at him. Get a nice dodge here. Oh, come on. And oh, he's running away. No. Oh, we get the hit off, but it's not enough. He has 1 sliver of HP left. If he hits me with anything, I will die, and vice versa. If I hit him with anything, he will die. We get the nice dodge, we get the jump hit, and the Elden Beast is defeated, and we are the King of Sleep, the Elden Sleeper. Good night, Elden Beast. Sleep well. And with that, in our comfy clothes, we ended up beating the game with sleep, and yes, that answers the question. Yes, you can beat the game with sleep, even though some enemies are immune, so just be wary of that. But it is a lot of fun to do, so I do recommend trying it out. And yeah, sorry for this video not being out sooner. I was going through some personal stuff, but yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Leave suggestions down below and comment, like, and if you're new here, subscribe. I'd really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video. Later.